Kim L. Ross, conversations on faith, lifestyle, and business.
Hey, it's Kim L. Ross, and I'm talking to you about fast action. I used to hear all of the time, it seemed like it was all of the time, fast action, take fast action. Don't delay it, just do it. Okay, and there's even a commercial. I'm sure you're familiar with it. I can't remember exactly which higher ed or, educational facility this is, but they always say, do it now. And for a long time, I would hear, take fast action, and I didn't quite grasp it. I didn't really understand what I was hearing. Those times where you hear something and you're like, okay, but then when you experience it and you do it and you do it and you experience it, then you're like, wow, that's why they said that. So this is what it all boils down to. The reason we're supposed to take fast action, and I'm talking about positive things. I'm not talking about fast action and something that is illegal, that's not ethical, things like that. But the reason that we're to take fast action on those positive things, especially those ideas, is because it's a God idea. It's a divine idea. God has downloaded, literally sent you an inspired idea straight from him, directly to you, that fits you. It fits your situation. It fits your circumstance. It answers a prayer to whatever your faith is attached to. So the reason we need to take fast action is because there are some invisible laws in place. And the law of diminishing intent is one of them. I believe I heard that from John Maxwell, and he might even be the one that coined that or actually gave it a name. But it's the law of diminishing intent. What happens is you originally hear about something and you're excited. So you're like, yes, I'm on that. But as time goes on, that gets to the back burner and your excitement is no longer there, or that zeal and that zest. And you start thinking of every reason why not. You start thinking of the obstacles. You start to ponder too much for too long that you don't do it. But when you act now, when you do it now, do it quickly, it opens up the door for the next step to take, then the next step, then the next step. And that's how you get those breakthroughs. That's how you actually press in and get that desired result. You do it now. You don't put it off until later. Those old sayings, all of those old sayings really have not only truth, but my gosh, wisdom, all of that in it. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today, or something like that. That's true. Take fast action, especially if the only thing between you and taking that step is something small. Do it now, because that thing that's small will become larger later, if that makes sense. So let's even define and clarify that. That thing that's small, that may be standing in between you and taking that step, it may become larger later if you wait. Like I said, then you start to think of all the reasons not, all of the challenges, all of the hurdles, all of the this, all of the that. No, do it now, because you don't have time to think your way out of it. You just in it. And then you look up and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did it. But you did it. And then you look like, oh man, I'm so glad I did it. But you have to keep taking those steps. You don't stop there. You keep taking steps, because once you stop, that's when the enemy sets in. That's when your attention has been grabbed. That's when the distractions get loud. The noises turn up. The volume turns up on the noise. So you want to stay focused by continually taking action. And do it now, because it's that divine idea download. It's also that divine moment, and you have that divine favor in that time frame. So when God gives you this, now if it's something big, okay, let's talk about that. What do you do when you get that grand idea? That bigger than life idea. that, my gosh, idea that's so out there that you don't even know how you're going to get there. Like you don't even really even see yourself there, but it's like a daydream fantasy. So how do you get there? Okay, well, this is how you get there. You're excited about that. So that's your end goal. Then you ask God, what is the next step that I need to take to get there? What is the step that I need to take right now? And he will tell you and he will guide you. And it's usually something very simplistic, something very simple that a lot of times we may ignore. We may ignore it for several reasons. We may ignore it just because it's so simple and so easy that it doesn't seem like it applies. Or we may ignore it because we just don't feel like it or just don't want to do that step right now. We don't want to take that step. So sometimes we just ignore those simple, small steps. So those other words of wisdom that come from the old school, baby steps, inch by inch, life's a cinch, yard by yard, life is hard. Those steps each day, each time, each moment. When you get that urge, that nudge to contact someone, contact them. I mean, there's so many times that I haven't, and I'm like, oh man, they keep coming up. I need to call them. Man, I need to reach out to them. Man, I need to, and then you hear later, like, you should have, do it now. If you need to pray for somebody, pray now. Pray for them. You know what I mean? Follow up. But those same type of nudges, excuse me, those same type of nudges when we're speaking about if somebody comes up into your mind and your spirit and your heart and you wish you would have contacted them because maybe it's too late. Of course, we don't want those situations to happen, but they have happened to some of us in the past. But that same nudge and urge comes to you when it's something like that business opportunity, like that money that you've been asking for, to pay something, to get somewhere, to go ahead. Those are always there. And it comes in the form of a nudge, of an inner, and you feel it and you sense it. But if you wait too long, you think too hard, you get afraid, you get scared, and you stop. Stop and delay it. Delay it. Have you ever heard the saying, you delayed your blessing. You delayed your blessing. Oh my goodness. It would take so long for me to even tell you all of the delayed blessings that I have had. All because I didn't take that step. And I'm sure you can recall and recount some of the same things in your life. Times where you can look back and say, man. And thankfully, we have an amazing God, an amazing creator who loves us so much. He's so graceful, merciful, loving, all of that. He is love, that he gives us more than one opportunity most of the time. But that's not to say that we won't make it a lot easier on ourselves if we take fast action and do it now. No, you're not perfect. No, I'm not perfect. But what we are is we're wise, we're smart, we're intelligent, we're intuitive. We know. So that's why we don't need to bog ourselves down with a whole lot of distractions, a whole lot of noise. That's why a lot of quiet time is good. Turning off the TV is good. Working in silence is good sometimes. You need that because that's when you hear from God. That's why they say, get up early in the morning, give him your first. Pray, meditate. You pray and then you just listen. You pray, you acknowledge how awesome and amazing he is and how wonderful he is and how thankful you are to be here on this earth, that he chose you to be here. And he's purposed you for a reason. And it's all good. It's all to glorify him. So again, Take fast action. If you get that nudge and you sense and you know and you feel, don't wait. Don't wait. Just take that step. Just take a small step. You don't have to try to take a big jump, big leap. Take that small step. See, sometimes that small step is this, especially when you're talking about business and we're talking about, ideas and bringing your ideas and your business to life. Sometimes that small step that next step rather, is not going and getting the business loan. Sometimes it's actually writing out the business plan. Sometimes that's that small step because you're making it more real. You're making it more real. But a lot of times what we want to think is, oh, wow, I need to go get a loan and get this done. No. Take that step. Take that step. Do your business plan. Allow him to walk you through it, to show you what it is. The loan is going to be there if that's what you need. You may not even need the loan. It might even be that you don't even need the loan. But you automatically thought about what you didn't have and what you can't do instead of what you do have and what you can do. What you do have is you have paper, you have pen, a lot of you have laptop, some type of word processing system. You have a brain, you have the desire, so you can just start writing. And nowadays you have Google, how to write a business plan. And take that step. Then once you take that step, I guarantee you another door opens right there. Sometimes while you're in the middle of taking that step, another door opens for you. And you know it's your door. And see, you're preparing yourself for each step. So you're not trying to go from baby, not walking, not even really crawling, to all of a sudden you're running. No, you're going from baby, crawling, to taking those steps, to now running around the house, to now walking so good and so smooth. It's like, wow, they have it. Instead of infant, 3 months old, to running. That's not ideal. And you can be fast tracked. So don't get discouraged and think, oh, I have to wait a long time. Oh, baby steps. Oh, it takes a baby, my goodness, about 12 months before it even walks. Before he or she walks. Oh, I just don't want to wait that long. Hold on. See, there is a thing called patience that a lot of us, all of us at some point struggle with. And it's because we've been given this great vision. My goodness, who wants to wait? No, we want it now. But we're not ready. It's like we are ready, but we're not ready. What I mean is you're ready to receive the vision. It's there. But you're not ready for the full manifestation of it because there are steps that you need to take. And some of them aren't so glamorous, but they're necessary in order for that vision that you saw to come to life. Because you can bypass some of these steps, but that full vision will not come to life. It won't materialize because you missed some steps. Again, you can fast track. Fast tracking is not necessarily missing steps. It just means you're moving quickly. And then that's called momentum. Momentum. You'll increase your momentum. Your momentum will pick up. It's like that, the ball starts rolling down the hill and the next thing you know, it's going fast. Have you ever been on the top of a hill? I mean, I'm in West Virginia, so there's hills all around me. And, you playing outside or something and a ball, it gets loose and it starts to go downhill. You start to run after it. Then you can't keep up with the ball because the ball has picked up so much momentum And it is designed to roll easily and effortlessly. You cannot keep up with it. You can't. You can't. So that's the same thing that happens with you. You gain momentum. You gain momentum. You gain momentum, and you're designed for that task. You're designed for that position, for that purpose. And then at that point, nothing can keep up with you. Nothing can stop you. Your momentum is too strong. And on top of that, you're designed for it. God in heaven designed you for that. It's supposed to be yours. So again, take fast action. Those are reasons why you want to take fast action. You don't want to delay. Because if you delay, the chances of you doing, revisiting that, continuing on with that, man, they diminish quickly. They diminish quickly. Now, I want to speak to one other thing other than just fast action, because fast action is like, yes, I'm doing this. Okay, I'm moving forward. I got this. I'm going to keep just saying yes, keep saying yes, keep saying yes. Now, on the other side of that, some of us, sometimes you've been given a vision, you've been given a desire in your heart. You see the opportunity. You started it. You might have even taken some fast action, but it might not have been the right fast action. But you started it and it didn't work out the way you planned, the way you thought. So you've been discouraged, you've been disappointed, you've been let down. You ended up having to pay out more than you took in. You know? Those things give us wounds, scars, battle war scars, you know? So here's what you do with that. If you know that it's from God, and this is how I know it's from God, okay? I'm going to speak to myself right now. This is how Kim knows it's from God, because it won't go away. And I'm talking about positive things. Now, I'm not talking about some negative thing that keeps popping up and it won't go away, and it's all rooted in fear, in lust, in anything that's not of God, okay? I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. Oh, it just won't go away. It's tormenting. No. I mean that life-changing, empowering thing, that one-of-a-kind, unique idea, or maybe it's a replica of an idea that already exists, but it doesn't exist where you are, or you have your own spin on it. If that keeps coming up, I mean, even years later, you still keep finding yourself there, thinking about that, or that comes up, or you maybe try to pick it up again, and then that is a very strong clue that it is something you are supposed to do. It's one thing when you get an idea in the moment because you heard somebody just had a success from it. That's one thing where you're like, oh, shoot, I should try that. But it's another thing when you have an idea, you've even maybe tried it, and like I said, it just didn't work out for you for various reasons. You own that. It didn't work out for me for various reasons that I take responsibility and accountability for as an adult. But you know that it's not going anywhere and it keeps resurfacing. Then you need to get back in the game and then do it right this time. This time you need to take fast action. You need to take baby steps. Then you need to be graduated and moved up and promoted and pushed along to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. Don't let it die. And if it has died, resurrect that thing. Resurrect it if it has died. Or if it's just really laying dormant, or you feel that it has died, but every now and then you think about it. It comes up. Resurrect it. Resurrect it. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to give you that good nudge, that good talk, especially about fast action. When you feel that inner nudge, you do it now. That's how you stay in the flow of God. And we're not always in the flow. See, we get disconnected sometimes. That's life. That's humanity. But when you get in that quiet space, that's when you get reconnected. So get you some quiet time. Get in your quiet space. Spend that time with our Heavenly Father, our wonderful, amazing Creator. God who has created this universe. The God who created you. The God who created me. Because we know that we could not create ourselves. No human being has ever created another human being other than procreation. But we didn't start this thing. We're just part of it. We're part of His dream, His vision. It's all about His glory. It's all about His glory. He's an awesome, amazing God. He's wonderful in all of His ways. We look around and we see how amazing He is. We lift Him up every opportunity we get. We're continually praising Him. His praise shall continually be in our mouths because He's so, so good. He's so, so, so good and so deserving. Okay, I can't wait to talk to you again. You have an amazing day.
Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and bell for notifications.